Now, the government has had the recommendations from the Alberta Anti-Racism Advisory Council on its desk for over a year. We have not heard anything from any minister about steps they are taking to fulfill those recommendations. We have not seen any specific action on them. Here is one that I'm bringing forward based on their recommendation: the collection of race-based data in all areas under provincial purview, and the use of that data specifically to address inequities for racialized communities in government programs, processes, and services. I can't speak to whether this government has an intent to bring forward some other legislation or some other piece which may accomplish the same thing. It would be deeply troubling to me if they decided to kill this legislation simply because they decided we'd rather do it ourselves. Certainly, there has been the opportunity, once since this bill has been tabled, for government to step forward and say, hey, by the way, we were working on a similar thing. Could we have a conversation? I would have been happy to do that, Mr. Chair, at any time. I recognize that in the process of our work, on the floor of the legislature, in the media, and other places, indeed, that we engage in some fairly spirited debate. But there are indeed opportunities for collaboration, and indeed, I've had opportunities to meet with ministers and talk with others, about things off the record to sort of see if there's ways that we can work together, and certainly that opportunity was afforded here. But to effectively kill this bill at a committee, to deny it the opportunity to be debated by all members of the legislature in fair and open debate, because the government has some other agenda which it does not want to speak to, again, would be deeply troubling. Would go against the very principles which these members have continued to say they espouse, that of wanting to open democratic engagement. Indeed, they've passed legislation to try to offer more opportunities for people to get engaged in the process, to bring forward petitions, to bring forward potential legislation, other things, all sorts of opportunities which government, because they said they are a government of the grassroots. Mr. Chair, this is a bill from the grassroots. If Mr. Tour votes that this not proceed for debate, then Mr. Tour is sending a very clear message about his personal thoughts on this bill, as is every other government member of this committee. And what they are saying is that they don't feel that addressing this issue is worthy of their time and effort. They are saying that it is not worth taking the time to debate and discuss this on the floor of the legislature. They are saying that there is no value in the members of the Assembly sitting down and having actual fulsome debate on this issue before making a decision on whether to vote. That there is no value in taking the time to look at amendments or ways that the legislation could be improved. That is what they are saying if they cast that vote.